Hello there. The question you've asked is, what is green chemistry all about? What is commercial green chemistry all about? And how is it going to develop in the future? We live with a categorically unsustainable chemical enterprise. The reason is, the absolutely dominating reason is that every day, everywhere, chemical compounds that we chemists have produced and put into commerce because they work well and they make money, impact health and the environment in totally unacceptable ways. We've learned in the last 20 years about the phenomena of endocrine disruption. Endocrine disruption is where chemicals disturb the hormonal control of cellular development. And they disturb just about everything. There are endocrine disruptors that impact just about everything about us in such a way that we're being changed by the fact that we live in a chemical civilization. We've been changed in very, very scary ways. So perhaps the most clearest case is the sterilization of Western males. We lost 50% of sperm count from 1973 to 2011 in Western males. We've been losing more, obviously. It's now 10 years later. And the way I look at it, by about 24, the line is unrelentingly negative, and if you project it out to 2040, most Western males of reproductive age will be unable to have a baby or conceive a child the old-fashioned way. So these are really, really serious issues that nearly nobody understands. The politicians don't understand it. The teachers don't understand it. The medics don't understand it in general. There are obviously critically clear cases where people understand it very well. And we must adapt to this in the chemical enterprise very quickly. We can't have a complex civilization without chemicals. The good side of the sword is wonderful. We've done so many wonderful things for humanity with chemistry. But the bad side of the sword is something we don't like to look at, and we need to. So what I see with chemistry moving forward is that we will build a chemical enterprise that is much freer than the current version of endocrine disrupting chemicals. We're making progress in the regulatory space, particularly in Europe. And as people realize how serious this is, let me just ask you, do you know young couples who are trying to have a baby having trouble conceiving? Do you know that? Because that question 20 years ago, or 40 years ago, you would almost certainly find no one having trouble. We now have a lot of young people already having trouble. So what we have to do is we have to change the chemical enterprise to get rid of endocrine disruption. This is massive change. This is building an entirely new sort of economy. Now, in my research at the Institute of Green Science at Carnegie Mellon University that I direct, we have been worrying about these endocrine disruptors for 20 years. We produce the technology that purifies water and does a whole host of other things based on catalysis. Catalysis that mimics very faithfully the way the oxidizing enzymes in your body work. And we are setting up a company to test for low-dose adverse effects before we ever commercialize it, doing tests that no regulatory agency currently demands that you do, to be sure that our technology does not have these impacts. We're trying to provide a model for the world about how you build a sustainable chemical enterprise. And frankly, that's some very large percentage, maybe 90% plus, about getting rid of low-dose adverse effects caused by endocrine disruption. So am I optimistic? I'm sure optimistic about the pathway. I know that we can do amazing things to build chemical systems that don't have these problems. I'm very pessimistic about the politics. You have enormous corporations. Go and see Dark Waters. Go and see Dark Waters, the story about West Virginia and the problems of PFOA, or perfluorooctanoic acid, with DuPont in West Virginia. That's classic endocrine disruption. Not talked about in the movie what the underlying mechanism of the deadly effects in people causing cancer and giving all sorts of problems in the children, with children being born distorted in ways that are very unfortunate. That's endocrine disruption in action. So this is what we've got to do. We've got to build a chemical enterprise free of endocrine disruption. It's a massive goal. This is harder than climbing Mount Everest, quite frankly. This is what we've got to do. This is what we're committed to at Carnegie Mellon, in the Institute for Green Science, and in the spin-off company that we've created that is building up very nicely right now. So thank you for your attention, and wish us luck, and I wish us all luck that we really rise to the occasion of addressing these issues. Thank you.